And we are live. Hello, this is Stephen from wonderful Wiltshire. As you can see, it's not quite a sunny day. This is live from the garden, really. And you can see we have rain. We have quite a bit of rain. It looks like it's set for the rest of the day. The garden won't mind at all. And we are going live on Amazon. And I just want to set this up here and paste that in. That didn't work, so let's try again. If I copy that link and come back to the studio, try again and connect, and it's gone green. Okay, so with 10 seconds to spare, we're live. Well, I'll explain in a moment. Okay, but come to me. Okay, hello. This is Lights, Camera, Action, talking about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits. And the camera you're watching now, at the top is the Logitech. Sorry, let me try this again. The camera at the top is Logitech Brio, and the camera on the bottom left is, wait for it, the Oswald 4K. And as you can see, it's rather wet today. I went out before this rain started, which I'm glad I did, because otherwise I'd have been soaked, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to head over to Amazon. Just give me a second. If you watch the rain falling for a moment, I should be back in a second. I'm just checking over on Amazon that the feed is live, and it looks like it's sort of live. Thank you for, anyway. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. But I can't comment yet. Okay. Now, this has happened before. I'll take that off. You know this is Logitech Brio now, and you know that's the OBSpot. And I'll come to me. Okay. Right. Today is a rainy day, so it's a good idea to be indoors and broadcasting live on Amazon Live. I'm one of 6 Brits on Amazon Live, and if you've unmuted, you already know that I'm from the UK. So today we're going to be looking at cameras and microphones, in fact, everything that's in the carousel. Now, as you scroll along the carousel, if you've got a question about anything that's in the carousel, please do ask. I own 75% of what is in the carousel, and therefore I use it on a regular basis and can talk about it. I'm adding to the items in the carousel all the time as I actually buy new equipment, and you're going to meet one of my newer items today. So let's get underway, and I want to say welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England, and the broadcast is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey. And just to confirm it, sorry, across the bottom, you're watching Stephen live from England. I'm actually broadcasting from, I know a lot of people on here actually use OBS. I'm using BeLive, be.live, and I'm going to be showing you, demonstrating in actual fact, all the facets of BeLive as I'm actually broadcasting. So life begins on live video with a camera. You've got to have a camera. That's a prerequisite. If you haven't got a camera, then you're doing a podcast. You're not doing a video cast. And that's why I use BeLive, because with BeLive, if I go here, you'll notice straight away that I can have 2 cameras. If I press there, you can actually see the main camera, and you can see, if I just zoom out a minute, and if I go here and just zoom out, I just want to see what you're seeing. I can actually zoom out. You can see that's the view through the office window at the moment, and I can zoom in again. Okay, this is the OBSpot camera, which I'll be showing you shortly. Okay, so now let's start with our first camera. And in actual fact, the camera I'm about to show you is my first camera. 7 years ago is when I actually started live broadcasting. and we're broadcasting on the platform called Blab, B-L-A-B. And there were hundreds of us. And it was before Facebook Live, so that's how long ago it was. But we discovered that Facebook was about to have Facebook Live, and we had to take a decision. We'd been using till then, we've been using the internal camera and the internal microphone on our PCs or Macs. And that was good enough when you were chatting amongst friends. But for this big, new, fabulous Facebook Live, we needed an external camera. In our hundreds, we went to buy this camera. Now, in those days, because this camera I'm about to show you here, got a very long lead. It's 7 years old. The one down the carousel is a bit newer than this, but it is essentially the same model. And this is, if I go to I write everything down so I don't forget it. So many things to talk about that I don't want to lose my way. This is the Logitech C920X, and the X stands for extra. And in 2 or 3 minutes time, I'll explain exactly what the extra is. In other words, you're not just getting the camera, you're getting something in addition to the camera. Now, this camera is full 1080p, 30 frames per second, right? 720p is what I'm broadcasting to you at now, 720 pixels, which is DVD quality. 1080p is high definition, so that's where it says HD, high definition. And basically, the higher the number, the more pixels are being transmitted over the internet and the clearer the picture. So that's the idea. I mean, the standard as far as webcams is concerned, if you're on Facebook, Zoom, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, is 1080. It's the standard. So this camera meets the standard. Also with a webcam, 30 FPS is typical, and that's the number of frames per second. Now, I am not too far from a place called Laycock, little village in Wiltshire. And there is a place called Laycock Abbey. And Mr. Fox Talbot bought Laycock Abbey. It used to be a nunnery, but it became a private house. And Mr. Laycock he actually took the first ever photograph in the world. Yeah, this was in the 1700s, 300 years ago. He took the world's first photograph and took it through a window. And at Laycock, there is a photography museum, and you can see a development of cameras from when he took his first photograph right up to now. Fascinating. LACOCK. But I'm coming to 30 frames per second, which is why I mentioned that. Basically, what's happening now, I'm sat in Wiltshire in England, and every 30 seconds, my camera is taking an image, a screenshot. Okay, and that screenshot is packaged up into 30 a second and then sent over the internet, and they're reassembled, and you can see me as moving, yeah, because it's 30 frames per second, which is standard for websites, okay, and standard for webcams. If, however, you want better quality, then cameras I'm going to show you later are capable of up to 90 frames per second. But to all intents and purposes, 30 frames per second is an industry standard. It's what most webcams do. And once we know it, we just know it's good quality. You're watching it now, so you can judge the quality. Okay. Now, you've got the central lens, and then you've got twin omnidirectional microphones. Now, the omnidirectional microphone picks up the sound that's all around you. So it's not just your voice, it's any noises that are around you. Now, I've had workmen next door, and if I hadn't been using noise cancellation, which I'll explain later, then everybody would have heard the workman. Now, if I switch my light off, this is a bit of a cheat, but I'm going to go with the principle. If I switch my light off, okay, and I've got one Logitech Litra Glow light on, and that's down in the carousel, you can still see me, because the cameras these days compensate. In other words, they have high definition light correction. And if I switch my light off, then the camera makes sure, yeah. But I love my Logitech Litra light that's down in the carousel. So I always make sure that I'm actually reasonably well lit. Okay. It has, just a minute, I'll get too confused. Advanced capture software, create and share video content easily with Logitech Capture. Logitech Capture is a program that you can download for free to control the C920, to control the Brio. And when we get to the Brio, I'll show you the software. Okay, low light we've already mentioned. It's got a low light setting, and it's got the field of view on this is 78 degrees. Some of the cameras we're going to talk about soon will actually have a 90-degree field of view. Just let me cover the lens up in case I smudge it. Okay, this is my beautiful Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is down in the carousel, by the way. Field of view, 90 degrees is the angle, and then there's an arc around there, and that's how far 90 degrees is. So 78 degrees is inside that 90 degrees. So the version of the C920, which is down the carousel, this one, is released March 31st, 2020. As I said, now let's go to build quality. This is a Logitech camera. Logitech cornered the market, especially when Facebook Live started. This is a very reliable, dependable camera. My version is 7 years old, and normally, if I go here and I go here, there are two ways you can do with any camera. You can either have it on top of your monitor, or you can put it onto a tripod. And I'll talk about the benefits of a tripod later. But this is a different camera, which is actually mounted on a tripod, because with this, you can either put it over your desktop, or you can close that up. There's a thread underneath, and you can put it onto a tripod, which makes it a lot easier. What I'm doing now, I'm broadcasting to you, and my natural, well, I'll show you. Can I show you? I'll show you later about eye contact and the importance of eye contact, so that when I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking directly at you. It seems that I'm talking to you. I am talking to you, but if my eye line is with the camera, then it looks more up close and personal sort of thing. So this camera is 7 years old. It works as new. I've had no problems with it at all. And the same is true of the Logitech C920X that's down the carousel. Right, okay, time for the X. We said that this camera is the C920X. Every time you see a Logitech camera with an X at the end, it means there's an extra. And the extra in this case, if I go down here and go here, oh, wait a minute, I need to take that off first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Just a minute, just a minute. We'll be there. It's worth it. Okay. Logitech C920X includes 3 months license of XSplit VCAM background removal. Now you can see a green screen behind me, so you can judge that I'm actually into background removal software. The software I'm about to show you, I've been using since January 2019. I've seen it improve over the last 3.5 years. And it is one way to up your game. If you want to present on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube, Twitter and Twitch, consider using a background removal tool. And I'm going to show you now, by dint of this video, okay, I'm going to show you how background removal works. Now, this is the principle, irrespective of the software. This is the principle, but this is a video made for XSplit. And I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play, and you'll now find out more about what this is all about. England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCAM, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. and this is the XSplit VCAM program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCAM is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is right. The second thing you can do, and just give me a moment, I'm just checking something. Okay. Right. The second thing you can do. I'm live. I'm live on Amazon Live. I'm also live on Facebook, and this is the live Facebook feed. And I just wanted to make sure that having played a video, I had sound, and I do. I just love the quality of the display on the Samsung. I'm going to show you this phone soon, but it is a quality display. And there you go. I do have, this is working on 4G rather than working on Wi-Fi. I'll explain why. Because at the moment, if I go here and I go here, you can see I'm actually working on Wi-Fi at the moment. I'm using the TP-Link Deco, which is down in the carousel. Whilst we're here, you've got the Anker 4-way USB, you've got an Echo Dot, we've got the Aftershocks headphones, my favorite headphones. All these items are down in the carousel. X3 Pro, the Lamical stand, the Oberspot tiny camera, which we're going to be looking at, and then tripod stand is down in the carousel as well. So everything I'm showing you, you're listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Yeah, so that's all the gear that I'm actually using within this broadcast. But the main point there was that I've got my phone. My phone, he said, I'm coming back. My phone is actually a few seconds behind me, but oh, it's got the light in it. Okay, but we're back. Okay, so if I put that down until later, we've been talking about Logitech C920X. The extra I've just shown you is the background removal software, which is the best I've seen on PC. And you get a 3-month license. So this is the ideal gift for yourself. It's an ideal first camera. Okay, Logitech set the standard for webcams, and this is the ideal first camera, including 3 months of XSplit VCAM. And it's great on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. If you want to give anybody a present, if you've got somebody just starting broadcasting, then do consider the Logitech C920X. Now, I'm going to be tidy, and I'm going to put this Logitech C920X back where it lives. Okay, because it's not plugged in. I've got 3 cameras today, but that's not one of them. So I put that back down. Okay, but normally you just plug it into your PC or into the extension, and it will just work. Okay, there've been millions of them sold. A very reliable camera, and my first choice for today. Okay, now the next camera, and with this camera, I'm going to be showing you the software that controls all Logitech cameras. Okay, I'm going to show you how it works. If you buy a Logitech camera, C920, 922, 925, 930, or even a C70, C270, then there's free software you can get. You bought the camera. To get the most out of it, you need the software. I'm going to be talking about that in a minute. But we're moving on to our next camera now, and it is actually the camera I'm using at the moment. You're watching it. Oh, wait a minute, I need to go somewhere. Just a second. I need to hide all that and try again to go here. So we're actually now talking about Logitech Brio 4K camera, and you're watching it, so you can judge the quality of it. Or sort of, because it can do 720, which is what I'm broadcasting to now. It can do 1080 and it can do 4K. Now, I wanted to know, I was curious, I wanted to know what all this 4K is about. Why 4K? I can tell you I'm now a convert, and I'm looking forward to the day when we can all broadcast in 4K. Technically, it is possible. The problem we have is the internet infrastructure. But if you buy a Logitech Brio camera now, take delivery of it from Amazon, plug it into your PC or Mac, it will work straight away, it'll be recognized straight away because it's sold so many. Then download OBS, okay? And on OBS, once you've got the software downloaded, add your new Brio camera, set your destination to YouTube, switch the, I nearly said revolution then, switch the resolution to 4K, and you can broadcast now for free to YouTube in 4K. And I've got to tell you, I've done this. It is totally amazing. 720, 1080, 4K. The clarity of the picture is just totally amazing. And just a word of advice, if you're going to do this, and there's no reason why you shouldn't, then what you want to do, first of all, is to switch your computer off. You want a clean sheet. And whilst we're working on our computers, all sorts of things are running in the background. We use a program, think we've closed it, but we haven't. Your memory on your computer is being used all the time that you're live, PC or Mac. And therefore, the first thing you should do is to shut your computer down, start it up, load OBS, and go live on YouTube. That's it. Doesn't get any more complicated than that. To add a camera to OBS is simple and straightforward. To do what I'm doing with my studio today, more complicated. But just going live, one camera on YouTube for free in 4K, you can do now. I can do now. Right. Now, I may mention this several times during the next few minutes. What I'm going to do in 3 minutes' time, roughly, is I'm going to show you the software that controls every Logitech camera on screen. It's Ultra 4K, high definition video, and it's the best we can do it. As consumers, with a webcam, we can get 4K as the best we can get. Some cameras do 5K, and your mobile phone may well do 8K. But webcams and working through a browser, we are limited, and we can't do 4K yet. It has a noise cancelling microphone. Now, this is important. It's been rather warm in the UK. It's been 95 degrees, which we're not used to. And we've had to have the windows open. And my next door neighbor was actually fitting a new bathroom by himself on his own, with lots of drilling and lots of banging. And because the windows are open, I heard everything. But because I had a noise cancelling microphone, when I went live, nobody heard the background noises. Now, the best equivalent I can give you is you're live on Zoom, you're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter or Twitch, and your dog barks. Yeah, you can hear the dog. If you've got a noise cancelling microphone, nobody else can hear the dog. So noise cancelling microphones make life a lot easier on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It's got HD light auto correction. Again, if I turn my light off, this is real. I've gone dark. It's where you can see, if I give you a picture, I can actually show you if I go here. Yeah, it is getting dark outside and it's still raining and still a wind blowing. Yeah. But if I switch my light back on, you can still see me because the camera's adjusting. But if I switch the light back on, yeah, it's important. Lighting's important. I'll come to the light that I've been using. It's down in the carousel. It's a Logitech Litra Glow, Logitech again. Um, just let me, I just want to make one adjustment. I've got something that's distracting me out of the corner of my eye. And I just need to, just a minute. The phone's distracting me. Nope. All right. Okay. Let me do that. Okay. Right. The thing about live video is that I've got to focus. I mean, I'm talking to you, so I shouldn't be distracted, but occasionally it's going to happen. Right. It's got a wide field of view. It's got a 90 degree, do this way around, a 90-degree field of view, which means it can see all around there. Now, physically, the camera is on top of my monitor. You could put it on top of a tripod, as we've already seen. Just to reinforce the point, it's 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam, and it is. The light correction we saw a moment ago was Logitech Right Light, and it's got 3 fields of view. It's got 90, 78, and 65. Now, we've seen the 90, okay? I'm going to show you now. I'm going to use a piece of software which you can download for free called Logitech Capture. Okay, go to logitech.com, download Logitech Capture, and you can take control of your camera and what people see. Okay, now I want you to see what you're seeing now, which is me in front of a green screen with a chest of drawers over there, which are nearly complete. And this is what I want to look like. But in reality, if I load the software, I'm going to do a screen share now. This this is going to work, isn't it? Of course it is. So let's go over here and go to the screen share and bring in the software. So the software is going to go full screen in a second. There we are. And this is Logitech Capture. Okay, or it's a Logitech Capture program. And thank you for watching on Facebook and YouTube, and to everybody who's watching on Amazon Live, I'd like to say a big thank you too. Okay, and let's hide that and go over here. And I'm going to take that off full screen. So, we've seen that video. We know it's raining, which brings us to here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go side by side, wide angle, so you can see why it's important to actually have the software. So software is Logitech Capture. You download it from Logitech. Now, this is the software. And if I press home, you can see that I can go down, I can go up, I can go left, I can go right. Okay. Now, this is key. If I go side by side, okay, just let me do something because it's getting exceedingly dark in here. I just need to stand up for a minute, press that switch, make sure the door's closed, come back so you can see me better now. It's important. So we've recalibrated, everything's working. So I'm going to go full screen. So I'm using the software that's next to me. And as far as you're concerned, I'm sat in front of a green screen, but that's only part of the story. If I zoom out, and what I'm going to do now using Logitech Capture is I'm going to zoom out once, I'm going to zoom out twice, I'm going to go to 90 degrees. This is how I actually look. You've got the Samsung all-in-one PC over there, which I wish they still made, and you've got the bookcase over there with the German language books. But this is a bit of a mess in it, really, is it not? What you've got is a green screen at an angle, yeah, and then behind it you've got incredibly 2 photography backdrops. And then over here, you can see things are laid over there as well. But this is not the view that I want to have when I'm live on Amazon. This is the view I want. I'm going to click 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay. So this is how I want to look. Yeah. When I'm presenting on Amazon, I don't need to see what's behind me. Well, you can see where I'm coming from. If you get Logitech Capture You bought the camera, you paid for it. So if you've got any Logitech camera, apart from the Mevo, which has got its own software, download Logitech Capture, and you can take control of your camera so that you don't look, well, you won't look exactly like me because nobody could, but the thing is that this is the camera's default settings. And if you don't download the software, this is your permanent home. Software makes all the difference. The software is Logitech Capture. Simply go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, and download the software. And very, very quickly, you can get yourself on screen looking like you want to. Now, we've shown you the 90-degree angle. This is the 78-degree angle. And if I go here, this is the 65-degree angle, which is tighter. Yeah, and I'm too close to the screen. I don't like this. This is all about personal choice. I'd rather be at this 78 degrees, showing you a little bit of the chest of drawers and a hole in my green screen down there. It needs tilting. Yeah, needs sorting out. Okay. So that's it. That is Logitech Brio. Just a note, it is today $129.99, which is 20. Ow. Have I read that right? It's 35% off today, which, I mean, it's an excellent price. Yeah, to get a 4K camera for $129.99. What we're actually doing by having a 4K camera is, okay, we're in the know, we're gaining the knowledge about 4K, we're gaining knowledge of how to use 4K. We're getting ahead of the game. Yeah, because undoubtedly, possibly in weeks or months or years, we'll be able to broadcast in 4K. And the Logitech Brio, you're future-proofing yourself. You're getting the best quality video now for the time when the internet has been improved and you can broadcast anywhere in 4K. I look forward to the day when we can broadcast anywhere in 4K. It's not here yet, but it'll come. I spoke to the techies at BeLive and they said technically there is no problem. The problem we have is internet infrastructure. That will improve over time. Even now, 4 streets away from where I live, they're actually laying new cable. So the cable is improving, even out in the sticks. I'm 93 miles from London. Virtually, well, I'm not in the middle of nowhere because I'm close to Stonehenge, I'm close to Avebury, I'm close to Salisbury. So, you know, all good. Now, that is the inside story of my Logitech Brio camera, which I've had for 2 years. I'm more than happy with. It sits on my desktop and it just works. I've never had to make any adjustments other than setting it up with the software. Now, what I do every Sunday is I check the equipment out, I check out the camera, I check out the microphone, I check out basically the sets and how I look on screen. And having run those tests, I can then go live. I'm live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern every day on Amazon Live. At the same time, I broadcast live to Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you. If you click the link up above, you can come and get the Amazon experience, because Amazon Live is like no other website. Because if you're on Amazon Live, you've got the carousel down below. And I just want to go, just let me check something. I'm just refreshing the page and I can see myself live, but I can't see. Right. Okay. If you'd like to help me, if you can, on Amazon Live, if you're watching me now, thank you. If you want to make a comment, you could help me test something. Yeah. So one comment and I'll be forever grateful. Okay. The other thing is, if you're actually enjoying this show, and I hope you are, then hopefully this works. Yeah. You can follow me. You can follow me over there. You can follow me over there. You can follow me over there. Following, I don't get your details. They stay with Amazon. Basically, you're building your own Amazon Live TV channel. And if you go to the following tab above, you can see everybody you follow. I follow about 300 different Amazon Live broadcasters. And it's like having your own Amazon Live TV channel. You can just drop in anytime. You can watch live shows. You can watch replays. Okay, so please do follow. That's the only commercial you're going to get on this show. Okay, no, not sponsored. Well, apart from Be Live, of course. Right. Okay, so the next item in the carousel is right. Okay, on down the carousel now is the DJI OM5 smart gimbal. Okay, now I've had gimbals for ages now. I do this desktop broadcasting from Monday through Friday. Weekends, no. I don't broadcast on desktop at the weekends unless I've got something to test. But at the weekends, what I do with Angelica, we go out and we visit castles, country houses, country parks, everything. And I take my Samsung mobile phone with me. Wait a minute, let's just log in. Put it the right way up. Just a minute and log in. Okay, I take my Samsung mobile phone with me because the camera on this, I'll talk about this in the next item, the camera on this is 8K video. Incredibly, this does 8K video. So when you're shooting video, just a minute, you don't want to see me, do you? No? Okay. Close all. Let's have a blank screen. That's better. When you're shooting video, there are two problems. Okay. And let's go like that. You're holding the phone, yeah, like that, to actually shoot the video. And you've got to look at the video. And the thing is that what you're actually concentrating on is not taking the video, it's on not dropping the camera. This is an expensive camera. Last thing I want is for this camera to drop on the floor. Yeah, that's problem number one. And we're on the way to solving that one. Just bear with me. But taking mobile video is amazing. You're actually doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your own personal records, so you can sit down in winter and watch what you're doing in the summer and replay it and have happy memories of everything you've done. The other thing is that if you do it semi-professionally, then the video can go on YouTube and other people can watch it. And from an historical point of view, this is important. I do videos so that other people can watch it. I've done many videos about Stonehenge, about Salisbury, about everything that's around me. I make a video and it takes 10-15 minutes and it goes on YouTube and people watch it. But there is a second problem. If you're carrying your mobile phone and you're shooting video, we've got a problem, because as you're walking, the camera is going to go up and down. Now you won't notice it because you're going up and down too. Yeah, the camera is actually physically going up and down as you walk. Even worse if you run or jog. Yeah, the camera goes up and down, which makes the resulting video shaky. So it's that shakiness that we're going to remove. We're going to do a super steady video, and just want to check something. And yes, we're good. Okay. Now, in this bag, well, first of all, the bag says on front of it DJI. Down in the carousel is the DJI OM5, and this is it. And this shrunk. This is so, well, it's about 7 inches, which is quite amazing, really. Now, to operate it, you unlock, yeah, and then you lift up. That's step one. Okay, simple and straightforward. So you've taken the gimbal from its resting position into an active position. The next thing you do, okay, because there's only 3 steps to this. Well, 4 steps if I'm being totally honest. The next step is that there is a clamp which is in the bag, and the clamp goes on the back of your phone about halfway down, and basically you just put the clamp on like so, press so it's actually fixed, and there is.
Here's something I found.
Alexa, stop.
Home.
Alexa, stop. I've got the Echo Dot as an assistant today and she misheard me. So the clamp is about halfway down.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, stop. I think that's it. Right. So the clamp is about halfway down on your phone. There's the magnet. Okay. Here is the gimbal with the magnet. So you put your phone on the gimbal, slight adjustment to make sure you've got it centered. Okay. Which can take a second or two. But then what you can do, I'm just going to let that go, is basically go around here. And if I switch it on, just need to press the button for 2 seconds. And I think we have a problem. Okay. Oh, no, we don't. Okay. Switched it on. And if I go here, that's it. The gimbal, I've got a flashing battery light, but that's the gimbal. And that's it. And that's all there is to setting the gimbal up. It's now ready to use. And you go to your favorite photography program on your iPhone or on an Android phone, and you can quite simply start taking, hang on, just a minute. I've got things going on my phone that I didn't expect. I'm going to switch this off again. Now, I can talk about how wonderful this is, and I really can, but I think it's a lot better if I actually show you a video. Now, the video that I'm about to show you, just a minute, let me go back here, and I want to go here. Just a quick setup. As we scroll down here, this is a world first, okay? And I'm going to bring it on screen. Okay, so this is a video, and the video was created. It's the walk in the quartz garden with my partner Angelica, and the video was created a week ago. And I just need to sort something out. I just need to take my phone off the gimbal. Excuse me while I do this. My phone is off the gimbal. The gimbal is safe and off. So we can now start the video. What I'm going to do, what you're looking for here is the quality of the video and the steadiness. I mean, I'm not the world's best photographer, but check this out. The quartz garden, and just had lunch. And the thing about the quartz garden is it's a beautiful place to actually stroll around and just enjoy the gardens. So I'm just going to walk around, and I am using my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and my new DJI OM5 gimbal. I've got the internal microphone on the Samsung, so no external mic. I'll try an external mic next time, but it's just so beautiful today. It's about 28 degrees, and I'm just going to try something here, because if I do this, I should be able to change the view. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to come down again. It's actually stuck, isn't it? Wait a minute. Let's adjust this. This is just a trial. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, or like that, or like that. I've got to be able to see what's on the screen, so I can see what's on the screen. And just wondering how steady this is. This is better than actually holding the phone. It's a lot easier to actually grip the gimbal than it is to actually grip the phone, so this is a win. But there's so many things this gimbal can do, and I really haven't learnt half of them, or even a quarter of them. But let's look at the borders, and there are people here today. Car park was full, but I don't think everybody actually came over here. But there's just flowers here in full bloom. We are at the beginning of August, first week in August, and the grounds here are just absolutely stunning. Now, the other thing that's important this year is that I've got my new eyes, which means that this year I can actually see clearly where I'm going. That's the entrance over there, where you come in, and then you led into the gardens. There's a cafe just round the corner, and everywhere there are places to actually sit down. Angelica's sat down at the moment while I'm taking this video. But if I try and walk a bit faster, the other thing that they said is that you can use this gimbal. Right, I'm back. At least I hope I'm back. I'm hoping I've got sound. Just give me a second. We go here. And just a minute. It says I'm live. Okay, I'm just checking something. I want to go full screen. I'm actually on the phone, and I'm just waiting to hear. Just a second. Full screen. I'm actually on the phone. Yep. Okay. Right. Okay. We're done with that. So that video was shot with this gimbal. Now this gimbal makes it super steady. Yeah. There's already a stabilizer in the Samsung, but this makes it super steady. And the video that you've just seen, and I'm just going to stop sharing there. So stop sharing, that will go. And if I go picture in picture, yeah, you can see that the quality of the video. First of all, this is an 8K video, which is why you get the detail in the video. So that the phone was shooting 8K video and the gimbal was providing the stability. So you've got the smoothness of shot. Now, I've got to be honest here, this is the first video that I actually took with the gimbal, and I've only had the gimbal 3 days, so I'm still getting used to it. I know I'm going to improve over the coming days. I can but recommend the DJI OM5 gimbal. Now, of course, I'm using it with a Samsung phone. It works happily with an iPhone 12 or 13 or a Samsung S21, S22 or any other high-spec phone. Just use the gimbal. The thing about this is, and just to make a point, which is important, that because it's now using magnetic connections, there is no need to take the mobile phone out of its case. Yeah, those days are gone. This clamp goes over the case, holding the phone. So we've got rid of 2 problems. Because it's on the clamp, it's not going to fall. Okay, and the second thing is, because we're on the gimbal, the picture will not go up and down. And that's basically the way to do semi-professional video. And I'm looking forward, when this rain stops, just let's remind ourselves, when this rain stops, I'm looking forward later this week and throughout August to actually going out and about with the gimbal and shooting more video, because it's just shooting video, own use, yeah. Next, history. You're actually recording history in your own town, in your own locale. You can put the video on YouTube. People go to YouTube and watch it. You're recording history, personal history, which you're showing to the world. Because there's no way. I would love to each of you, to everybody who's watching now, to say, I'll come and visit you. Okay. That's not a, I will come and visit you, but I can't. I can't, because you've geographically spread, so I can't come and visit you. But if you make a video, you can tell the story of where you live, put it on YouTube, and we can all watch it. So doing mobile video with a gimbal is a way to tell you, I just need to lock it, is a way to tell you just lock it by doing that. Okay. Now I'm been using it for 3 days. I've shown you what I've done within 3 days. I'll be back again showing you in the coming weeks and months, and you can follow my progress. If you've got any questions about any aspect of live broadcasting, of using gimbals and mobile phones, then please do ask. Okay, so the next one I'm going to go on to, I can close that down now. I'm going to give up on that. Okay, the next thing we're going to go on to is, right. Just an aside. When you're shooting mobile video, you can use the internal microphone on your mobile phone, and that's okay. But if you want better quality sound, down in the carousel at the moment is this, and this is the PowerDewise, the Pearl microphone. And using an external mic gives you a better quality of sound than the internal mic, because it cuts out, basically you're the sound absorber. Yeah, just let me show you a practical demonstration of a lapel microphone. Now notice how neat the cable is. This microphone comes with a cable tie, which is perhaps as well because it was a mess yesterday. Now there's the microphone, and you can see the microphone has a crocodile clip attached, and all you do, this is a practical demonstration, all you do is put the crocodile clip like that. That's the first bit, and you've now got a microphone which is on you, and you're going to absorb all the sounds. Yeah, you're your own echo cancellation system. Now the other end of it, in a normal situation, is that you would take the 3.5mm jack and plug it into your phone. It's not going to fit because these phones don't have an audio socket. Who knew? So down the carousel, you'll find this widget. Okay, this widget is a 3.5mm audio. That's the audio bit of it there, to USB-C connector. All right, can you see where I'm going with this? So if I take the connection on my trusted, wonderful lapel microphone and I plug that in there, yeah, then I can take the other end of it and I can plug it into the USB-C port on my phone, like so, and that's it. Now, basically what's happened now is the lapel microphone has taken over control. I'm going to close all. Has taken over control of the phone as far as audio is concerned. Everything that's recorded now will use the microphone that I've got attached to me. Now, this external microphone is high quality. It is a different, well, the internal microphone is okay, but the quality microphone is the lapel microphone. You get a much better quality. And if you're going to repurpose, if you're going to put your beautiful recorded video on YouTube, then the sound's got to be good. Because we all know that if we're listening, if we've got a picture which is a bit fuzzy, we'll live with that. But if you've got bad sound, we just move on to the next thing. So lapel microphone down in the carousel, and it will improve the sound on your mobile videos. It can also be used as a first external microphone. If you don't want to shell out, spend money on an expensive external microphone, then a lapel microphone at $35 plugs into your PC or Mac, attaches to you. If it's a show on your own, why not? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tidy up as I go along. So just give me a moment. If you watch the rain for a second, I'll be back. You can see that it is raining hard at the moment. Okay, you're watching a live feed from my garden, and it is raining so hard. Take that off and you'll see even more. Wow, I've got to say that I am glad. I am glad that I'm inside and not outside. That's all I can say on this rainy day. It's quite hypnotic actually watching that, isn't it? I'm still here. I'm going to be back in a second. Okay. It's showing that gives me a chance to take a breather for a second, because when you're doing a show like this and you're talking all the time, it's just good to sort of chill for a minute. Okay, now just a reminder, and I'm going to go here. Okay, your host is Stephen Healey from England. That's me. We're talking about live broadcasting. We've talked about Logitech Brio. We're about to talk about Samsung S22 Mobile. I want to say a big thank you for watching. I do appreciate that you're spending part of your day with me. If you have any questions at all, please do ask. This is a free service from Amazon. I don't work for Amazon, but I do so enjoy broadcasting on Amazon Live. I'm privileged to have done so, and next week marks my first anniversary of 1 year on Amazon Live, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoy your company. I enjoy the fact that you're watching me, and I hope that if you do enjoy what's happening at the moment, then there's something you could do. If I go here, just a minute, not there, I'm going in the wrong place. Just give me a second. I need to go here. Okay, you could follow me if you want. Okay, now benefits of following. If I remove the sticky notes, benefits of following are: I don't get any details. Amazon have got those, but you'll be able to find me in the following tab at the top of the screen at any time. Watch my live shows, watch my replays. You may get notified occasionally, but the thing is, I follow 250 live broadcasters because it's my job. Okay, this is my job. That and teaching people about Be Live, which is over there. Okay, that's my job. Teaching people how to do this is my job, and it's not a bad job to have. So if you want to know how to do this, then I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction and help you and support you in actually going live on Amazon Live. So if you think, I can do that, you probably can. Okay. Technically, it's not a problem. You can. Right camera, right microphone, decent software, and you can go live on Amazon Live. Okay. So if you've got any questions, then please do ask. And I'm just going to go up here. And the next item, okay, I'll take the Be Live logo off just a second. So we've got a clear screen. Oh, I'll put this logo on instead. Is that the right one? That's me. Okay, so you're watching me, and that's my logo. So let's go over to the screen, and the next item we're going to look at is the Samsung Galaxy. Now, the Samsung Galaxy today, mobile phone, by the way, Samsung Galaxy, it is. Let's get its name on screen. It's the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. It's the flagship phone from Samsung, released in February this year, and it does everything apart from make tea. Literally. Well, don't take me literally, but you know what I mean. It's $1159.50, which is a saving of 11%, which at my quick calculation is over $100 off today. If you click the link in the carousel, you will save $100 at least. Yeah. Now the prices in the carousel are good while I'm broadcasting. Okay. Remember that. So click the link in the carousel. You get the price that's in the carousel. Okay. Now, I suppose I better switch it on. This is, I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to play you a short video. Well, I played you a video already, but I'll play you another video. Oh, it's still got the clamp on. Remember the clamp from the... Right, okay. Whilst I'm taking the clamp off, okay, which is easy to do. Put it next to the gimbal. This phone is either 256 gig or 512 gig. It's 8K camera and video, which means it's just superb quality video. 8K. Our webcams we've been talking about are 4K. This is 8K. This is as good as it gets. Yeah, I mean, when I say my phone is 8K, people say, what? Okay. It's got the brightest display that there's ever been. Now, at the moment, it's raining outside. But on a sunny day, when the sun's beating down, I can actually scroll this phone. Just let me close all and open up Facebook. On a sunny day, I can actually scroll through Facebook and I can read everything. That's my personal feed. If I go here and here, that is me on Facebook. Okay, and I can scroll down, and yeah, that's me live on Facebook at the moment. Spooky, eh? So brightest display, you can use it outside. It's 120. Thank you. Somebody buzzed me then. Okay, now, do you remember the Galaxy Note? The Galaxy Note has something called, wait for it, the S Pen. Okay, the S Pen is back on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. That's it. And as soon as I take the Ultra, take it out, just a second. Let me do that again, because that didn't go quite according to plan. Okay, I'm going to click there, and just bear with me a minute. Yes, I am concentrating. I want you to be able to read it. So, hello Amazon, written with a pen. There are 7 different applications which use the S Pen as a pen. There are also, I mean, obviously for scrolling, stopping getting smudges from your fingers and thumbs on there. S Pen is absolutely brilliant. The other thing is that it's got air gestures, so that if you set this up to take a photograph, then you can use the S Pen. You don't have to physically touch the phone to take the photograph. You can do an air gesture with the S Pen. It has a long battery life. Yeah. So essentially, I mean, I let this run down to 0. I know, but it happens. I recharged the phone in an hour using a brick which I got down the carousel. This has 8K super steady video. Yeah. Now, 8K, thousands of pixels. Super steady. You can shoot in 8K or you can shoot in 1080. If you shoot in 1080, it is super steady. Yeah. But the question you're going to ask me is, why do you have a gimbal? Well, I have a gimbal, even though there's a stabilizer on the phone. I have this gimbal because, just a minute. I have this gimbal because this gimbal can go, it's got a selfie stick. Yeah. It can go a lot higher than I can. Yeah. So it can go higher. It can go lower than I can. Yeah. Whereas if I'm holding the phone, it's a fixed position. With a gimbal, variable position, up, down, left, right. So that's why I've got the gimbal, in case you were wondering. Okay, back to the phone then. As I put the gimbal down safely without smashing anything, and 8K super steady. Nightography. I'm going to show you a nightography photograph. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you some photographs taken with the phone. Yeah, nightography mode, made up word, photographs taken at night, and they look like they were taken at daytime. Camera-wise, the lens is on the back. You've got 108 megapixel, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and the nightography lens. Okay, now I'm using a case to actually, wait a minute, I've got something that's running in the background, which I don't need. Just a second. I don't need that. I don't need that. I just want Amazon. 108 megapixel. It's got adaptive color. As I said, I can actually read the phone when I'm outside. It's got a long-lasting battery, fast charging, and if you get the brick, which is down in the carousel, and it's got the embedded S Pen. The thing I like about the S Pen, well, and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, is if I sort of went out the office with my phone and left my S Pen behind, I get a message on the screen saying, "Have you left your S Pen behind?" Very polite. So that reminds me to pick it up and put it back, and it's in the case now. This is important. The phone is already unlocked by Samsung, so you can go to your favorite carrier. You can get, well, it's dual SIM, so you can get 2 SIM cards. Just go into the phone. It's easy and straightforward to do, and you're up and running, and you can have 2 phone numbers, 2 sets of texts. Now, as far as the physicality of the phone is concerned, it's 6.8 inches. Yeah, it's got a WQHD screen, aged, and it's an adaptive refresh rate, 120 hertz down to 1 hertz. So that adapts according to circumstances. As far as recharging the phone is concerned, it's 45-watt charging, 5,000 milliamps. So that's the fast charge, and then you can go for wireless charging, which will be slower at 15 watts. And the rear camera we've seen is 108 megapixels. The front camera is 40 megapixels. And the phone was released on February 9th, 2022. Okay. Now, I can tell you all about this wonderful camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, hopefully, and go here, and go, just give me a second, I just need to set this up. Just bear with me a moment, all will be revealed. Right, what I'm going to do, I can hide, no, I can keep that on screen. Just let me hide that for a second, right, and take the release date of the camera off. So these are images taken with the Samsung Galaxy, and I'm not the world's best photographer, but let's have a go. Image number 1. A couple of weeks ago, we visited Birdland, which is in the middle of England. It's near a place called Bourton-on-the-Water in the wonderful Cotswolds. And it's basically, Birdland has 140 species of bird. And we saw the flamingos, but I thought I'd get a bit closer to them. So using the zoom lens, I got closer to the flamingos, and this shot, I think, well, it just says flamingo, doesn't it? I mean, it is a high quality shot, I think. Okay, I'll try not to use too many superlatives, but I'm just blown away by the quality of the camera. The zoo is home to penguins, and these are 6 of the penguins. You can see 5 of them are asleep. It was 2 hours before feeding time. They were just having a nap. But this again was used, I was about 30 feet, sorry. And I just zoomed in, yeah, and got this photograph. And the next photograph, this is my partner, Angelica. My partner, Angelica, is a German language tutor and translator. And Angelica plus the flamingos, what more can I say? Just one of my favorite photographs, and you'll understand why. Okay. Now, our wildflower garden, we had the situation where we had a tree which needed to be removed. The tree was removed, and we planted a wildflower garden like this, and it's basically, this was taken in July, on July 17th, 2022, a month ago, and it's just beautiful. Yeah, and the richness of the colors with the camera. And I'm just going to go to the next slide. Oh, wait a minute, I know what's wrong here. Just a minute. I do apologize for this. My logo is covering up the text. This photograph was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Okay, so this is the camera which is close to us. You can see the tree on the left-hand side. St. James's Church is behind it. We get Canadian geese, we get mallard ducks, we get basically wildfowl from all around the globe. And it's just a beautiful place to sit and reflect. I just like the composition of this photograph. And the next one, please. Have we come to the end? I've broken it. I have broken it. No, I haven't. Right, we spoke earlier about nightography. This photograph was taken at 11 o'clock at night. And it's basically, I couldn't see a thing, but the camera saw this, and it's just perfectly arranged. This is the patio. The next photograph, we've had penguins, we've had flamingos, and now we've got a Shire horse. We've just had the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in England, and the Queen's baton went all around the world to all the Commonwealth countries, and it came to Devizes, and the Shire horse, one of 4 Shire horses who work for the local brewery, took the relay runner through town and it was 500 people actually came to the town centre to actually celebrate and watch. It was a very special day. That is the quality of photographs with the Samsung Galaxy S22. And I think that's it. So that's basically the phone. It's the best phone I've ever had. It does everything I want it to. It's a very high quality phone. And you've seen the video, you've seen the images as well. Okay, now we're going to go on. I just need to, oh, right. If you have any questions, okay, so that's a smartphone. I'm going to go on to an Obspot now, which is my new favorite camera. Okay, and Obspots are rather special. Obspot are not your normal camera. Your normal camera sits on top of your monitor and just looks at you. Okay, Obspots do a lot more. And you know when a camera is becoming popular is when people start recommending it. Well, I've seen people recommending this camera on Facebook. When people have said, what camera do you use? Or should I use? And people have said, you should use the Obspot. And if I go here and I hide that and switch this camera on, okay, you're actually looking now at a live shot from the Obspot 4K camera, which is down in the carousel. And you can tell it's a live shot because it is raining hard. If we zoom out, I might be able to get a slightly better photograph, I don't know, of the rain. So zooming out from my office window. The camera itself has 4x zoom. Yeah, so I can zoom all the way in 4x. It has basically the ability to go to 3 separate locations. So that's the first location, which is the garden. Then it can go to the desktop, yeah, and then it can go to me. So this is me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically, what have I done? This is the Brio. This is the Obspot. And this is the Brio and the Obspot. So on the left-hand side, you've got the Logitech Brio. On the right-hand side, you've got the Obspot. And the Obspot is just a brilliant camera because of the 3 presets. Okay, 2 cameras, 1 microphone. Yeah. Because of the presets that are actually on the Obspot, I can go, I can go from me to the desktop to the garden. The other thing the Obspot has going for it, if I just go through its main features, and I'll give my major demonstration, Obspot Tiny PTZ 4K. So we're talking about, I just need to take that off. We're talking about the Obspot Tiny PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom. Okay, PTZ. It's got AI powered auto framing and focus. So it will actually frame me and the focus. It is a 4K camera, like Logitech Brio, but this is a 4K one conference cam. I'll explain that in a minute. It has dual omnidirectional microphones, so they can pick up the sound from all around. And it also has auto tracking with a 2-axis gimbal. And if I switch my light off now, I've got slightly darker. If I switch the light back on, you can see that the camera was actually doing low light correction. So that's built in as well. And it's got magical hand gestures. Follow me, don't follow me. Zoom in, zoom out. And we talked about the microphone, dual omnidirectional microphones with noise reduction, not noise cancellation, and the 3 preset positions. And then it has AI tracking. And what I'm going to do now, this may or may not work. Okay, and I'm going to tap that button and I'm going to move backwards. Okay, and I'm going to stand up. And nothing's happened. Just a minute. Just a minute. Hang on. I'm going to stand up. Right. And the beautiful thing about the ObSpot is that it has built-in AI tracking, which means that the camera will actually follow you around. And no other camera can do, no other camera at this price does this. This is a true pan, tilt and zoom camera, PTZ, with AI tracking, with start tracking and stop tracking built in. You don't have to be near your computer. You can just use hand gestures. This is also ideal as a conference camera because it can move around. As I move around, the camera will move around. Because it can move around, you can set this camera down on a conference table, have somebody download the software, and you can control the camera from the software. So if you've got 5 speakers, the camera can go from speaker A to B to C to D to E and follow everybody around. And you've got the central microphone in the center of the conference table, and it just simply works. Okay, so this is the ObSpot Tiny 4K, and I love it. It's a beautiful camera, a beautiful piece of software. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to hide that. Okay, I want to say a big thank you for watching me live today. I do appreciate you spending your time with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, every single weekday. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.